Today I am reviewing one of the newest and, in my opinion, one of the most exciting drones available, the Mavic 2 Pro. In this video I will share my experience, answer some of your questions that you all have asked me, and of course I will be sharing photos and videos that I've taken with the drone, and even a comparison to the original Mavic Pro. Now members, I've got a 60-minute version of this review that includes so much behind the scenes footage of what it's truly like to go out on an adventure with this drone with me. If you're not a member, I mean, why not? You can click the join button or the link in the description below to find out how to join. My members are the ones that keep the lights on and my battery's charged, so I make sure to thank them by sharing lots of behind the scenes videos and extra images and such. Okay, in case you are new here or haven't watched all of my videos in the nearly 9 years that I've been making them, let me give you some background to help you understand where I'm coming from. I am a photographer and I create videos on YouTube about all sorts of photography. I also hike, bike, run, and pretty much anything else that I can figure out to do outside. So at some point in my last 9 years, I've started to create adventure videos where I bring you along to try to create the feel of a particular adventure. And this is where the original Mavic Pro came in for me. I wanted new and interesting angles to mix into my videos, and I needed to be able to hike or to bike with the thing. I've had the Mavic Pro for about 1.5 years, and I have used it quite a bit for my videos. Now, I didn't come from an extensive RC or drone background. I'd flown some inexpensive toy drones for fun, but I did come from an extensive photography and videography background. Okay, let's get into it. This new version in the Mavic line certainly has enhancements, which I'll talk more about, but I was pleased that they have kept certain things the way they were because it, like its predecessor, is a very easy drone to fly and to capture great images with. When I picked up the Mavic 2 Pro, I just didn't feel like I was a first timer. I wasn't relearning how the controls are or even how to put the propellers on. I pulled this guy out of the box, I knew how to set it up and how the controls work, so I was ready to fly. So, drones like the Mavic are fun overall, but I use them for one reason, the camera. So that's where we're going to start. This is an entirely new camera for the Mavic. It's made by Hasselblad and it has a 1-inch sensor, like many of the advanced point-and-shoot cameras and some mirrorless interchangeable lens cameras, like my little Nikon V1 here. This is a significant upgrade, and if it weren't for the camera, I'm not sure I would have bought this drone. But when I saw that the camera had gone to a 1-inch sensor, they had me. Now, I should mention here that the Mavic 2 Zoom still has the smaller sensor camera on it, though now it does zoom, which is super cool, but the larger sensor won the day for me. So what does that 1-inch sensor on this new Hasselblad camera mean? You get better photos and video in more conditions. Let me show you. Let's start with the still photos. They're incredible. They are 20 megapixel images, but that doesn't tell you the whole story. Now, like you could with the original Mavic, you can shoot in RAW or JPEG. The RAW files are DNG files, which means that you can basically open them up with your RAW converter of choice, since DNG is not a vendor-specific file format, and you can edit them to your heart's content. In this one, I was able to go from here to here. This is on par with many DSLRs and mirrorless cameras out there. Also, for the first time in a Mavic Pro, you can control the aperture. Now I've got control of the aperture, the shutter speed, and the ISO. I am a photographer used to being able to have full control over my settings, and that's what I like. Another benefit of it is the need for a neutral density filter is less likely. You may still want one for some effects, but the need for them is decreased because you can stop down now with the aperture. Okay, now let's move on to the video footage. You again can completely use an automatic mode, but you have the option of lots of settings control again. You can change things like white balance, so you have accurate colors. You have exposure compensation if you're in a mode other than manual. You can choose the resolution and the frame rate. Like the Mavic Pro, the Mavic 2 Pro will shoot 4K at up to 30 frames per second, but I actually like to shoot at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Also, like the Mavic Pro, you can shoot in D-Log, which is a flat color profile, which you would color grade later on in post-processing to suit your own preferences. You can make most of those settings changes on the Mavic Pro, but remember that now you're doing it with a better camera, so my footage looks better. I promise I will get to some of the other specifications, but the camera is the big difference here. The reason why most people would upgrade from a Mavic Pro to a Mavic 2 Pro would be the camera. I say most people because there are other improvements that make everything better as well. There are new features, stuff like that. We're all different and we all have different needs. There may be a certain thing that you were waiting for that really made you want to purchase the Mavic 2 Pro, but the camera, it was the big leap. On to some of those other cool features that are different. One thing that gives me more confidence out in the field with the Mavic 2 Pro is the number of sensors. It has omnidirectional obstacle sensing. That's a mouthful, but it means all the way around sensors to help the drone avoid obstacles. And it's really smart. The Mavic Pro had good sensing, but it wasn't all the way around the body like it is here. Now, as a rule, I don't fly in places where I have a lot of obstacles, but every once in a while, I want to get a low to the ground shot, or I want to use active track to have the drone follow me, which is improved in this, by the way. This omnidirectional sensing just gives me peace of mind. I can allow the drone to get closer to a tree or something, and I've found that I can trust the sensing to stop the drone before it gets hung up. Among the other improvements over the original Mavic Pro, the Mavic 2 Pro is quieter, it can go faster, has better battery life. The quieter part is important to me because I don't like causing a disturbance, even if I'm in a remote area. Now, while this drone is definitely not quiet, it is quieter than the original. You can definitely tell. Now, the battery life, well, that's obviously a benefit. It's not a huge bump, but it has gone from 27 minutes to 31 minutes on a charge. I mean, when I'm flying my drone, I want to be up in the air, not bringing the thing up and down to change batteries, so I'll take a few extra minutes. And this guy is a bit faster than the Mavic Pro, and it has a longer transmission distance. Not that I ever actually even come close to allowing my drone to get that far away from me, but it's cool to have. Also, there is the hyperlapse mode that makes use of the better battery life. This is one feature that I haven't found a good excuse to use yet, but I know that there are a bunch of videos out there from other folks on YouTube. I am sure that I'll find a reason to use it, and I'll certainly share it. DJI did a great job on the controller for the Mavic Pro. It was so easy for me to use as a novice drone pilot a year and a half ago. I just picked it up and it was just easy to use. For the Mavic 2 Pro, they have improved the controls. The joysticks, they're just stickier, for lack of a better term. They're harder to push, which means that I have better control over fine movements, and I find that it is easier to maintain a constant speed while I'm filming. When I'm in the snow and my hands are really cold or I'm tired from a hike, that better control is a big deal. I also like that the joysticks can unscrew and tuck away so that they don't stick out in my bag. It just makes it easier to pack. And then one funny thing that I noticed is that the arms that hold the phone into place have a divot now so that I can swipe up on my iPhone X without unseating the phone. All of that amounts to better usability. Okay, I can talk to you about my experience with this thing and you can read all of the specifications, but I have a feeling that you would all like to see more of what this thing can do. So here is some gratuitous footage, and then I'll come back for a final word. Now there are three basic questions that I received from you all when this drone came out. Is it worth it to get a new one if you already have a Mavic Pro or maybe the Mavic Air? 2, which version of the Mavic 2 should you get, the Zoom or the Pro? And then 3, how is the video footage and still image quality? So let's summarize. If you already have a Mavic Pro like me, this could be a great upgrade for you if you want the improved camera, or if the hyperlapse or some other new feature really lights a creative fire under you. As for which Mavic 2 to get, the tipping point is image quality. If you want the best, go for the Pro model. If you're not totally set on that, or if like the dolly zoom feature got you excited, the Zoom could be for you. There is a relatively small price difference between the two, but it seems to me that when you are spending that much, the price difference isn't going to make a huge difference in your decision. And then the last question was about video and image quality. I can't say enough. It's incredible for being a tiny camera on a drone that I can fold up and carry in my pack while I'm running. Okay, now the final word. If it sounds like I'm a fan of the Mavic 2 Pro, I am. For one, I felt that the Mavic Pro brought portability, great flight control, and great images and video. For the Mavic 2 Pro, the portability is the same, the flight controls and dynamics are better, and the camera is much better. It's still a great drone for novice pilots, but it's great for more advanced pilots as well. I love it as a tool in my photography and videography bag. And you know what? I've come to love piloting it. It's just plain fun. Now, as I mentioned earlier, for channel members and those interested in becoming channel members, I take you 60 minutes with this guy during my review process. Channel members, head to the community tab for that video. VIPs and patrons, head to the link down in the description below. And everyone, I did just share a mountain biking adventure video yesterday. Check it out to see how I fit the drone into my adventures. Now, I know I didn't go down the specification list and address everything about this drone in this video. That would have been long and boring. I did find a cool table on DJI's website that compares the Mavic Pro, the Mavic 2 Pro, and the Mavic 2 Zoom. I'll link it down below. And if I left you with any questions, ask away. I will do my best to answer all of them. Thanks for watching. Hello friends, welcome to behind the scenes of the making of my review of the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. Woo-woo! From the car. I'm in the car right now because it's really windy out, and I thought I would have a little chat with you before I got out onto the road to start my review and share with you what I brought today for this outing and so far what I've done. So far I have flown the drone exactly once. Well, one outing. I flew it a couple times on that outing. And I made a video while I was doing that. So if you haven't seen my first impressions and my first flight, you can watch that. There was some cool footage. Some of that might end up in the review. Some of that footage. I haven't quite decided yet. But in the making of a review of any sort of gear, I use it a lot. I use it as much as I can. So I'm going to be taking this out a lot. So today is, it's getting close to well, I mean, I guess we're creeping towards sunset time. It is just a little after 5. Sunset is at a little after 6:30, and I want to get a little bit of flight time in. Oh, dirt bike going by. I want to get a little bit of flight time in before the sun starts to go down too much, and I want to play a little bit, if I can, if I have time, with the features, like the smart features, the automated features. Shoot, I've forgotten what the names of them are, but they're the ones that are like, you know, the following and things like that. I really didn't use them all that much on the old drone. Not that they weren't good, but there were certain things that that I had wanted them to be better at. Sorry, lighting is awkward. So for example, there was I can't remember what any of these names were, but there was a feature that you could, you know, bring the drone pretty close to you, you know, tap you on the screen, it figures out where you are, and it should just kind of fly away from you and keep the camera on you, so the camera is panning down a little bit as it goes up and away, so that you stay in the frame. But I found that that doesn't, or on the old drone, it didn't track you for very long before it was like, oh, too far away. And I always wanted it to go further, because I'm so often in these incredibly huge landscapes that I want to share kind of that that awe, that shock and awe that I feel, you know, when I see how far away I am, how desolate everything is. Raymond just pulled up outside the car. He is on his mountain bike right now. We're going to use him on his mountain bike for some of this testing. And I think that's my cue to go out there. Real quick. Well, you know what? While we're out there, I'll actually show you what I have in this bag. I brought the Low Pro Photo Sport 300 AW. I always forget what the number is. I think it's the 300 AW. It's the larger one. 300 AW2. Anyway, it's the larger one, and I love this bag. And I've got a few things in it, and I will show you. And then plus, I have, I'm almost sitting on it, I have the old drone as well. Just in case we have a little bit of extra time I thought it would be really cool to get some in-flight footage of the drone with the old drone. So that's it. Headed out on the trails. Okay, so much of my reviews are getting to the places where I'm going to review whatever it is. So, welcome to the forest, or the woods. Somebody recently commented that they normally say the woods, so it was funny that I said the forest. Anyway, I have the old Mavic. I did decide to bring it with me. Everything else is in my backpack. Raymond is walking his bike up this, and he's still way ahead of me. Oh, he's pulled off the side. I think he has a good spot. Wow. It's a lovely evening so far. No clouds though. I don't know what our sunset's gonna look like, but that's okay. Raymond, how's it going?
We found our launching area.
You found oh, perfect. You found a launching area. This is good.
I accidentally stepped on some of it.
This is an issue that I have. I don't have a landing pad. I know, I should get one. I actually always mean to bring like a placemat or something. I have these plastic placemats that would be good. But it's hard to find a flat spot that isn't all grassy, as you can see around me here. But here's a nice, good spot right there. Okay, you guys want to see what's in my bag? Hold on, I gotta put you down for a second. So, brought a tripod because I'll be filming shortly some of like me actually using the drone for it, just as B-roll for the review. But in my camera compartment I brought the Canon SL2 and the ultra wide lens, 10 to 18 millimeters, because I might just put this on the tripod to film myself with, because I can't exactly hold that gimbal camera while I'm flying the drone. And then on top of this, I have this little baggie. Little zipper bag with an extra battery for the Canon, but also a couple of extra batteries from the drone and some lens wipes. I know everyone was like so worried about the dust getting on the SL2 when I was using it while I was flying the Mavic 2 Pro while I was doing that initial impressions video, but it's okay. Things get dusty. I live in a dusty place. Things are all, you know, they get dusty. But I do have these little lens wipes. And then I have some extra propellers for the drone. And the remote and the actual drone. And it all fit in here nicely. This is all that would fit into this little camera compartment, by the way. Like, nothing else would have fit in here. So, okay. That's the stuff that I have. I also have some audio recording stuff. I have the Zoom and a Sony mic just in case I wanted to talk while I was using the Canon.
Drone.
While I was using the Canon.
Oh, the Canon as the camera. Yeah.
And using the drone.
I think you should narrate what you're doing.
The idea of narrating is great, but the struggle that I have when I'm using the drone is that it's so loud that it drowns out any talking that
it'll be out of.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. What, you guys didn't just see me almost drop this as I'm wiping off all the dust off the blades. Anyway, okay, let's get going. All right, friends, we are in the middle of, well, nothing. We're not in the middle of anything. Raymond is flying for like the first time on his own. Yeah. I mean, it's not his first time flying, but like
first time like I did a full flight.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys can hear him. I put my microphone inside my shirt so that hopefully the wind won't get to it as much. So yeah, I have my phone ready in my controller. I have my drone down here on the ground. You guys can't see it. Let me give you a quick little tour of this guy. A little bit bigger than, just a little bit bigger than the original Mavic. Blades are a little bit different. They're like curved up at the edge a little bit. Lots more sensors on this, which I really like. I like that I'm going to be able to fly backwards and to the side and still have these little sensors to prevent me from running into stuff. Now, within reason, right? I mean, it's not the smartest thing in the world. But here, I can't trick the Canon as well as I can trick the the Leica that I was just using with face detect. So anyway, hope that was in focus at least a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take off, okay? You guys ready? Oh, hold on, I have to turn it on. Getting my app going. It's the DJI Go 4 app. Checked firmware before we left. I actually had to update firmware on all 3 of my batteries. Luckily, Raymond looked up the alert that came up and it said, oh yeah, it's for the batteries. Make sure you do it for all the batteries, because I wouldn't have known, because I wouldn't have looked it up. Anyway, latest version. Hitting go fly, and that's what it's looking at. Okay, you guys ready? Hold on, I have to set my settings. So here's how I get set up at first. First thing I want to do, can you guys see that? There. First thing I want to do is format the memory card. There's only a little bit on there, but I just wanted to go ahead and do it. I'm filming in D-Log. I'm filming in auto. And what's my white balance? I'm on cloudy white balance. Let me put it on sunny. And I'm at 1080p at 60 frames per second because I like 60 frames per second. That's more important to me than 4K at 30 frames, because 4K is at 30 frames per second. Sorry, I'm a little rambly right now. All right, now let's take off.
Hold on, let me get in position.
Hold on. I'll go ahead and do my home, do my little home button. I like to set my home point. Home point recorded. Just in case you were curious, I am connected to the remote. Somebody mentioned that on my first impressions thing. My first impressions video was like, oh, you should connect into the remote. I am. You plug in on the side. It's like invisible. All right. Can I go now? Oh, okay. He wants a shot of me taking off with the drone. Do you hear him? He's like, I'm all drone savvy now. You can come behind us. Yeah. You're going to hit that tree. Yeah, there you go. Now you can go straight. I have like microphone cable hanging from me. Shove it in my pocket. Raymond, again, I don't know if you can hear him. We'll figure that out later, but he said he seems to be getting the sticks wrong all the time. I mean, everybody does it first, right? Incidentally, speaking of sticks, these on this remote, these sticks are the ones that screw off and screw back in. These are nice because they tuck away in the remote, like underneath here. I actually didn't think that was going to be a big deal to me, but it is. I actually really like it because when I just shoved all this stuff into my camera bag, like I didn't worry about these sticks at all. He's not ready yet. You ready? He's ready for me. Here we go. Wait, I got to hit my record button. I pretty much just run record like the whole time so I don't forget. You know, this is quieter now that I'm realizing. Yeah. Going up? I'm going slow. Oh my gosh, I can see your drone in my drone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so like, what's that movie? Started with a D. Had Leonardo DiCaprio in it. I don't think I ever actually saw it. I just heard about it. I gotta adjust gimbalage here.
I don't know who's higher.
You are.
How many meters are you at?
I'm at 198 feet. Oh, you're on meters, huh? I changed mine to be reading out as feet because
all right, I'm gonna
math.
go down.
Okay. So, anyway, everybody, what do you think? Ooh. Ah.
I need you to go.
You want me to go up? I mean down? Here, I'll come down. I see us. Like, we're just... We can see each other. It's pretty crazy.
I'm gonna go up and
So,
down at your...
So you just want me to stay there?
Stay still.
Okay. He's being very, very artistic right now with his with his new drone. Raymond has inherited the Mavic original. So my drone's in the air and I'm not touching anything. So depending on how much you know about these things, every other drone I've ever used, other than the Mavic, were just kind of, fairly inexpensive, not fancy at all. You could not just let it go. You always had to be adjusting for everything. I mean, there was no letting it go. The drones that I have always used have never been like, they didn't have any smarts. So when I started to use this one, I was like, is this a joke that it's this easy to use? So anyway.
All right. I did all my little flybys. I'm just going to get away from you so you can do what you want.
Oh, so now it's my turn to actually fly. How exciting, everybody. So right now, the lighting situation is, there's no clouds in the sky. The sky is not even like all that blue for some reason. It's actually pretty unusual. I think it might be, I actually smell smoke. I think it's probably still the forest fire that was many, many, many miles south of here. I think it's still kind of hovering in the air a little bit, even though it's pretty much out. Anyway, no actual fires around here, just so you know. I'm not like flying around the fires. That would be bad. Okay, now I need to concentrate. Let's go up. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Let's go this way. So being that I'm on D-Log instead of just like a normal format, it's pretty flat looking right now. I go forward. So oh, see, look at that. I can see that I think I can see that I've got
you keep yours that way.
I have to be really careful with the how the camera is positioned. And for some reason, I'm noticing it with this drone a lot more than I noticed it with the Mavic Pro. How the camera is positioned in relation to the sun. So apparently I've been looking on some message boards because I'm like, what is the, you know, what appears to be like a rolling shutter effect? What is that? Why is that showing up in my footage? Because I got it in a lot of my footage from the first time I flew it. And from what I can tell, it is, I think your battery is running out.
Yeah. I wish it would stop making that noise.
It won't. It's making a noise. Basically, it's a shadow from the propellers. That's what I read on the message boards. So I have to be careful and really pay attention on my screen because I didn't totally pay attention last time. And I had to get rid of a ton of the footage.
Yeah. I can get that on this one, but that one has a bigger sensor.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe because of the bigger sensor, it's more noticeable.
Maybe.
I don't really know.
More to shadow.
More to shadow?
I don't know. Making it up.
Making it up as you go along? All right, so I can fly. Let's go. Let's fly, people. So one thing that I have learned, did you hear that? He said, I'm awesome. Anyway, one thing I've learned about flying and making actual videos with the footage that I'm posting on YouTube for however many people to see is I always try to get a little more footage than I think that I will need, which makes sense, right? As photographers, we always kind of try to get some extra shots and stuff. But I, like, even within each shot that I'm getting. So when I was just going over the trees, I go a little bit further than I really want to go. Because it always seems like I wish I had just that extra moment when I'm putting it together with the music or, you know, and there's a, you know, a certain cadence that I have going or something. So anyway, that's one thing that I do. Lots of little random things I think I'll be talking about in this video. I also try to get a variety of shots. So not just going forward, not just, you know, going around in a circle, not just pointed down. You know, I try to get a whole variety and a variety of altitudes too, just to make it a little more interesting. You know, what's weird is that this looks totally crooked, but I think it's just that there's a mountain there. I suppose I have learned to just trust the Mavic because, man, that gimbal is amazing. Okay. I'm surprised that I haven't gotten any wind notifications. Yeah. Because on the way here, it seemed like it was really windy, but, and like there's wind in my hair right now, but not so bad. This footage is boring. Let's see what I can do. Let's go down. Oh, I'm above a trail. Oh no, I'm just above the road that's right next to us. Okay. Another thing I like about the Mavic is that both of them, and I assume the other DJI drones that I have not used before, the little, I hear it, the little map in the corner is pretty easy to follow. How it, you know, when you mark your home point, your drone is that little red like paper airplane there, and you can see where you are in relation to where the drone is in relation to the home point, and also there's a line for where you are so that you can follow that line back home in a straight line. Home meaning where you are. You having an issue? Oh yeah, that thing's a big pain in the behind to put in.
What's the trick? There
is no trick. It's just play with it and wiggle the gimbal until you get it in there.
Wiggle the gimbal.
He's talking about the gimbal clamp that goes under the gimbal to kind of protect it while it's in transit. They did, I think, improve it with the new one,
Wow,
but it's still just this really cheap feeling plastic. So I'll probably invest in a better one.
I think I got it. I got it.
Good.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
You're supposed to always keep your drone in sight.
It's in someone's sight.
Well, you know, what are you gonna do? Done. All right. This one is quieter. I did not notice that when I first used it last time. I was like, oh, it's still so loud, but I think I had forgotten. You know, it had been a little bit of time, I guess, since I had flown the original, and I had forgotten how loud the original one actually is. So yeah, I guess I'm impressed with the change in noise. I mean, you still hear it. It's still, you know, obnoxious. That's why I come out to where there is nobody, because it's loud. All right, we are going to pack stuff up a little bit and then head back down to the road where we started to do some fun stuff with those smart modes that are on here. I'll have to find them. Okay, let's go. Okay, friends. The bad news is that there are mosquitoes. The good news is we're ready to take off again. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Is that a car coming this way? Ooh, it's a buggy. I need one of those. Okay. I went ahead and put in a new battery into the drone because why not? Since I have 3. Okay. So let's see. Let me set my little home thing. I thought that set automatically, but maybe not. I'm sure there might be a setting in here for that. Okay. So let me take off, and then I think I know how to set the follow. She's cool. Did you see that? I'm not sure if you guys could see her. She had a GoPro on her head. Okay. Ready, everybody? Here we go. Wait, you guys can't even see him. Her, him, I don't know. Now? Yeah, okay. You ready? So you go, are you gonna go that way? Yeah. Okay, go that way a little bit. I love that I can go side to side with abandon. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna point down a bit. Maybe go a little bit higher. Okay. So I think it is this button, yeah. Active track, track a subject, trace a box around. Okay, it says max, aircraft active track max speed of 20 meters per second. When it's exceeding 12 meters per second, obstacle avoidance is not available. Please use the caution. That's good to know. Okay. And I just hit him and that little box went around him. Okay. I think we're good. Go ahead and start going. Will it follow? Oh my God, it's so darn smart. And I have a little X that I can use if I notice that I'm going to run into a tree or something. Holy smokes. I better pay attention. Ooh, this is a little bit scary because I'm not as high and there's trees on either side of the road and he's going down this windy dirt road. Oh my God, it's so cool. You guys, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. Oh my gosh. I do have to pay attention because this is not incredibly, ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, it just avoided a tree. Whew, I kind of let it get close to it, hoping that it would avoid it, and it definitely avoided it. Okay, he needs to turn around now. I can't tell him to turn around now. We talked about bringing the weak image transmission signal. Yeah, he needs to turn around. Oh, he's getting so close to the trees. Oh, I'm losing my signal, my video signal. I mean, it's just real choppy chop. Okay. Wow, this thing, it really did avoid some stuff. This is really cool. Sorry, I'm not even talking to you. This is really cool. It really is avoiding. And, ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, did you just see it? Avoided that tree. And it buzzed at me. Ooh, here's it again. Again. Please avoid. I'm so afraid. I'm close to calling it. Okay, I think we're done with that bad part. So Raymond was really towards the side of the road and there were tree branches sticking out. It avoided them. I can't believe it. Okay, this is effing amazing. Like, I am really impressed. Oh, here he comes back towards us. I can see. Okay, and that was all caught on video, so hopefully I will have interspersed some of that. Wow, so I'm looking at I just cut it off. And I'm back to normal. So let me take it up so you can't hear it as much. I just, hopefully I will be able to intersperse some of that footage with this video. That was incredible. That was incredible.
Cool.
Like, it avoided a bunch of the trees and stuff.
Cool.
It was...
You just take it out by yourself on your bike.
It was really cool. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I brought it with me and I like ran, you know, when I was doing the review of actually that backpack, that Low Pro backpack.
It could just be your little buddy in the sky.
My little buddy in the sky. It'll catch when I get eaten by a bear. Need to bring that up. You know, those message boards that I was talking about before about the I think it's called rolling shutter. It also had to do with the shutter speed, I think.
Yeah.
And it mentioned slowing down the shutter speed.
Yeah. It's going to let the whole shadow pass through instead of getting the...
Yeah. Yeah. So, sorry, I didn't explain that very well before.
And you've got aperture control now too, so you can you can work them both.
Yeah.
Reciprocity.
Right now I'm on auto and it is at a shutter speed of 1/1000th and f2.8. Which, yeah, it could definitely be going the opposite, like a narrower aperture and a slower shutter speed, and we'd be fine. But that's where I am right now, so we'll see what happens.
Cool.
I'm kind of turning slowly in relation to the sun and really paying attention to see what happens. I'm not seeing any of that effect right now. Y'all ever wondered what I do on these reviews? It's not very exciting. What ends up in the videos is like, ooh, going down the road, following Raymond, and I speed it up, and it's not always how exciting it is. I make it exciting with music and speeding things up. Okay. So the footage today, not other than following you, which was really cool, footage today is not very exciting. But that's okay. I'm actually going to take this thing out. I'm considering, for the review, actually doing the talking part of the review and getting a bunch of footage out in the desert when I'm back in the desert here coming up. And we'll see if that happens. Then I would just put in some of that bike footage. Is that the Wicked Witch of the West on the back of the car?
I don't know.
There's a big sticker on the back of that truck, and I think it was the Wicked Witch of the West or East. I don't remember. Okay. So could you hear the drone as it was following you?
Oh yeah.
So it didn't have any issues. I want to do the point of interest
Oh, and have it circle
feature,
around.
and it circles around you. I think we need to go up to like
What if the point of interest
Slate
is
Mountain.
moving?
I don't think that works.
That'd be pretty cool.
So interestingly, oh no, I'm at shutter speed of 1/400th.
Oh yeah, you got more. Getting bitten.
Yeah, and you know what? The footage is like, it's just not very.
It's pretty cool.
It's okay, but it's like I've kind of maxed out what we're gonna get tonight. So let me see here. We'll get a little bit of heading into the sun, and then I'll bring her down, and then we'll be done for the night, I think. You're gonna do some more riding, Raymond?
Yep. Time to hit the trails.
I need to do some yoga. I didn't even work out today. I was working on the Leica review all day. Reviews always take longer than I think they're gonna take. Imagine that. Maybe I should take a picture while I'm up here. Ugh, see? Do you see? Do you see? It's beautiful.
It is.
This sensor, man. It really is impressive. Do you hear the ravens? A few more pictures.
We've kept it in our eyesight the whole time.
Back over to video to bring her down. Oh, my nose is runny. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Flipping her around. Bringing her home. Ravens, my word. So yesterday, I went on a little hike in the morning with the D500 and the 200 to 500 millimeter lens. And yeah. And I, frankly, because I sent the Leica back and I was like, boo. But the Leica setup that I had didn't have telephoto capabilities. So I felt better taking the big telephoto lens out. And I, you know, not anything really exciting, but I hiked, you know, a bunch of miles and carried the thing the whole time. And, you know, people always laugh about that, how I will carry heavy things, or I guess, I don't know if they don't believe it or what, but like, I don't know. I hiked like 4.5 miles and I carried it the whole time. I just did. Oops, wrong way. And I saw a couple of birds and I saw some osprey. I don't think I really got any good photos of the osprey because they were hunting and I kind of wanted to leave them alone, but they just like, it ended up that they were like in between the trees and stuff, and I didn't get any good footage of them. Not footage, photos. Okay, let's see. In case you've seen some of my other drone videos, you'll notice that I always like to have a shot of going up a tree or going down a tree. It's just one of the things that I really like, which I know is a little silly maybe, I don't know, but I like it because I like my trees. So we're doing that now, somewhat quickly. Okay. Oops, this way. Let's bring her over. I have it on sport mode, so it's like super fast. Woo! Hi! Done. All right, friends. I think that's about it for tonight. Little puppy dog. Puppy dog. So, just got a message from a friend. I have a friend who is in Wilmington right now, and there's a hurricane in Wilmington right now. Luckily, she's okay. That's it for tonight. I will meet you. We'll see if I come out again tomorrow in the forest. Otherwise, I'll see you in the desert. Hello, friends, from the car again. Pre-sunrise. It is, I can see the sun like just starting to peek up over there. Sorry about the weird lighting. You know, no light outside. Although I do have my headlamp. I'm going to need to put that on in a minute here because I'm about to go out on some trails and do some more testing. So it's real windy. So I'm hoping that the wind dies down at least a little bit. Like, it's really windy out right now. There's wind coming into the car, which is weird. And I have the door open behind me. Anyway, headed out. We'll see how things go. My idea is that I wanted to test out, I wanted to capture sunrise and see how it does. I think it's going to be a pretty sunrise. There's some clouds in the sky I can kind of see, but then I thought I would try some more of those smart features. So we'll see what happens, where I can get to. I'm going to try and hike as fast as I can. I got to put my headlamp on. trying to hike out a little bit and see if I can get to a high point so that I can do like, you know, the point of interest feature where it goes around and stuff like that. If I don't do that today, I'm going to wait a couple days and I'll be able to do it in northern Arizona. I have a perfect mountain for it. But yeah, I was hoping to get this behind the scenes posted soon, so we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, on to the trails. Okay, friends, I'm not as far back as I wanted to go, but the sun's coming up, so I gotta get going. Oops, sorry, I'm not in it. I gotta get going. So I am getting everything together. Tuck that away so I don't forget. Okay, so it's still pretty breezy, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I've been in pretty gnarly conditions with the original Mavic, so ready to go. I had to find a decently flat and decently not rocky place on the trail because this trail is super rocky. Super rocky, super windy. I'm obnoxious. Okay. It's hot already, my friends. It's crazy here in the desert. Okay. I feel like this remote controller is more difficult to get the phone into. I think it's because I still have there's this little like clip thing that holds the little cable. There's this little clip and it's in my way. I think I broke it on the last one because it was always in my way, and well, it just broke, and I think I need to do this. I think I need to purposefully break this one to get it out of there. Okay, almost there. So I was thinking one thing that I could do is, oh, sunrise is coming. One thing that I can do is actually do like a point of interest like around one of the saguaros. So I think I'm going to do that. But what I need to do right now is get you guys moved so that I can film the takeoff. Oh my goodness, wait, maybe I'll go behind. Let's go over here. So maybe I can use this for the review, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, yeah? Let's turn it on. Okay. Shh. I hate it when I'm in like the quiet desert and the drone is so loud. I saw a jackrabbit earlier. Yeah, that was exciting. Oh my gosh, can you guys can't even see how beautiful that sunrise is, I don't think. Checking firmware. I checked it last night, so it should be okay. Nom, 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 nom. Okay, go fly. Are we ready, friends? Are we ready? Let me just quickly get my everything set up the way I want it. We're gonna go with auto, blah blah blah. We're gonna go cloudy white balance, not sunny, which is where I was last time. And quick formatting of the SD card. Okay. Alright, hitting record. Let's go. Okay guys, let me move this so that I'm not in silhouette. I am with one hand flying the drone, bringing her up, and with the other hand moving you guys. Cute. Okay, let's see if I can point you up towards me. There we go. Now you can actually see my head. Alright, so here we are. Wind, just not a problem for this guy. I think the wind control, like what it'll stand with regard to wind, what it'll withstand before it gives you the warning, I think is better with this version than it was with the original Mavic Pro, because I think I would have already gotten a notification by now. Not that I would bring it down necessarily right away, but yeah. Anyway, let's see. We're going to go one way, we're going to go the other way. Oops. Oh, look, high wind velocity. It wants me to land in a safe place ASAP. Nope. Nothing. Alright, I will bring it down some and just do a quick little flight here. Oh yeah, I can see that the obstacle avoidance. Huh. I don't see anything. I can see my drone, and it said there was obstacle avoidance, but I don't see any birds in the sky or anything. Crazy. Coming down some. Oops. Forget one of these buttons goes. Oh, one of the back buttons makes the drone camera point straight down, and the other one, oops, the other one brings up settings. That's not what I want. If I hit it again, it'll make it go straight. Okay. Let's see. Fly, 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 birdie. By birdie, I mean drone. I don't mean actual birdie. I don't see any birds. Wow, you guys, really pretty sunrise. Attitude is too low. Oh man, it wants me to come home. I will come home. The wind is bugging it, I think. So that's cool. We're bringing her back this way. I'm going to bring it down and do the point of interest thing around this cactus over here. We'll see how it goes. My feet are cramping up from squatting down here. I'm just going to sit in the trail over here. Okay. Okay. So. Oh, look, I can see me. Okay. So I'm going to go to the Smart Features point of interest. Do I really need the tutorial? Vision tutorial, GPS tutorial. I don't want it. We're going to go vision. Okay. I'm going to get closer to the cactus. I can always turn these turn the feature off if it's bugging me, or if it's like doing the wrong thing, not bugging me. I'm a dork. Okay. So I want clockwise around POI. How do I actually heading towards point of interest? How do I actually draw the box around the point of interest? Okay. So it wants me to frame the target. It'll be displayed as a point on the map, and then I click go. Okay. And then I can hit pause if I want to. Okay. So this thing's in the way. Okay. This is my point of interest, this cactus. Oh, it's telling me that it's too small. Subject is too small. Okay, there we go. Okay. So it's pointing at the cactus. And I'm gonna hit go. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool, you guys. you see? Look, it's doing it. It's doing it. I can see it in the sky, and I can see it on here. OMG, this is awesome. How have I never used this before? Because didn't it have a point of interest in the original Mavic? It goes really slow, which is nice, because then I'm not scared. Oh my gosh, I'm using this all of the time now. I think I want to do this again. I'm actually going to pause it because how do I yeah, there, I can cancel it. I'm going to have it go just a part way around, and I want the sunrise to be in the background. So I'm going to adjust things. Really cool. And I like that I can just abort it midway, you know? Okay. So, I mean, the sunrise is beautiful. I hope that I'm really getting it on here. You know, it's hard to tell because I'm using D-Log. It looks like there is a way to enhance live view on here, which is kind of funny. So I can kind of see what, the idea is that I can see what it actually is going to look like. If I were to just like auto enhance. All right. And we're down. Gotta put everything away. So friends, bad news. I think that drones aren't actually allowed here. Oops. They used to be. But I just was looking on let's see if I can talk. I pulled up the park website to grab the map to make sure that that I knew where I was going and everything, and I've been here before, so like I wasn't concerned about getting lost, but I wanted to kind of plan out the rest of my course, and yeah, it says right on there that drones are not allowed. That's really disappointing, because now they're not allowed, I think, from what I looked at just really briefly out here on the trail, that I think they aren't allowed in any of the Maricopa County regional parks anymore. And that kills me, because like these are some of my favorite places to go. They're the easiest places for me to go to. Oh well, anyway, I'm going to head back because as I can't do any more testing of my drone, I'm just going to go get a coffee and head back and do some work in the studio. Friends, hello! Welcome to the next section of Behind the Scenes. I'm on my way out. I'm in northern Arizona. I'm on my way out to a mountain to climb and drone from. So I'm not positive this outing is going to work. We will see. Initially, it was supposed to rain all afternoon, and then it wasn't going to rain, and now it looked pretty ominous outside, but I was like, forget it, I'll just go tomorrow, because it was scheduled to be sunny, and I was going to do like a sunset thing. But I just couldn't resist. Like, the skies looked so cool and dynamic, and I thought maybe when I get out to that area, we'll see some like changing leaves colors and stuff. But then as soon as I started to pack up, I realized that it was raining, and then I got into the car and got on the road, and it was pouring. So it has stopped raining, and I'm hoping that I will be able to do this droning without incident. I do have everything, the drone and this gimbal camera will be in my my Low Pro Photo Sport 300 AW2, which has a waterproof cover that is like built in, so I can just pull that over the bag if I need to, and I don't care if I get wet. Well, not only is it raining like all over the place around here, like I can see it everywhere, there's controlled burns in the area, so I started to turn off the road to go down the dirt road to get to the mountain, and like all the work trucks are there, all the guys that are doing the controlled burn, and there's a sign that says, you know, consider going somewhere else. So I guess this outing isn't going to work. I might try to stop somewhere else up the road up here. I'm turning around headed back towards town, but I think I might try to at least take the drone up just for a short time. I don't know, it depends on if it's going to be raining or not. So I might, yes, see, like it's like super duper raining over that way, and not so much over that way, but definitely ahead of me as well. Great. Anyway, guys, sometimes these outings don't work. And if I wouldn't have gone out, I would have been like, man, I'll bet I missed out on getting some really cool shots with some dynamic skies. Well, it didn't work out today, but that's okay. We'll try again tomorrow. All right, everybody. I'll either see you in the next clip up the road or tomorrow. Okay, oh my gosh, you guys, I found a place that we can do some droning, and it's not raining right now. I actually went and sat in my car for a while at the second place I was gonna go to, and it just rained and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. So headed a little bit closer back into town, and I'm just pulled off on a forest road. I think we're safe here, so, and it's not raining, so I'm gonna take the drone up and yay, we'll see what we can do. I think instead of doing like a lot of the smart features, what I'm going to do is just take it up, get some cool footage, and then also pretend like you didn't hear that. Maybe you didn't hear that. I don't know. It was thunder. Anyway, and I was thinking I will try to fly it through some of these trees because it's pretty dense forest, but I do want to kind of demonstrate how good the obstacle avoidance is, which you guys did see when we were following Raymond when it was on active track. But anyway, fairly dense forest. It also looks absolutely beautiful right now. So right now, let's do it. Okay, well that was awesome, but I had to bring it back real quick and get in the car because it started hailing. In fact, I'm sure you can hear it right now. So anyway, that's it. That's all for now. I did get to drone through the forest. I did get to take it up and see some cool scenery. There was a point where I had taken a still photo. I think I only took a couple of still photos kind of in one direction. But then I forgot to turn it back over to video and turn video on. Rookie move. Anyway. Yeah, that's it, everybody. I'm gonna get back and review the footage and see how everything turned out. Talk to you later.